started.
Hello everyone, welcome to the new episode of Professionals Unplugged. I am your host Utkarsh Shukla, and let me introduce you to my guest Dr. Shefali. Dr. Shefali, thank you so much for accepting our invite.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. So let's proceed with that question. Can you please introduce our audience about yourself, like who you are, what work you do, anything you want us to know about you?
All right, so I don't know where to start. Should I start with my schooling? My birthplace is Lucknow. Done my schooling from Loreto, Lucknow. Did my college from Kanpur. Did my PhD in management. Got into work very early. So when I was in my first year of graduation, I did not know how to while my time. So I ended up teaching. I think I started with around 3 students. Started teaching them English as a time pass. Didn't know that's going to become my profession. And that number kept multiplying. Started with the garage. I don't know, it sounds a little cliche because there are many people who start with the garage, and I'm one of them. So that's how the whole journey started. And it's been 30 years, yes, 30 plus years into the field of education. So that's what I've been doing. Along with that, I have various other responsibilities. I am secretary to my NGO, which is ARTH Foundation. In between, I had a stint of 14 and a half years with PSIT group of institutions as managing director. I am an independent director with Jackson Group. That's about what I do in terms of my work.
And what about Speakwel? We can see the Speakwel, the lifestyle school in your title.
Yes,
So
yes.
can you just
Yeah,
enlighten?
that's what I said. So I started Speakwel when I was in my first year of graduation, thinking that I'm going to do it for 3 years. And once I get into a good B school, I'm going to leave and I'm going to take up some course with some premier B school. But then it ended up with my father's insight into my nature, telling me that I'm not a yes boss kind of a person. I would prefer to go in for something of my own. And since I was running a finishing school at that point of time, he asked me to kind of continue. And then we had a family business of steel pipes manufacturing. I helped my dad along. So that's how my journey went. So my business acumen came from my DNA quite a bit. And then, of course, tagging along with my dad since my childhood to office. That's how I learned my business mantras.
And that's really great. So, can you just tell us the challenges that you have faced in your journey, like as a director of PSIT and now the another group? So, what were the challenges that you think exist and how to overcome them?
Okay, so I don't know how it would sound to the audience, but then I don't feel there are challenges. If you're adept, you're good, you're confident, and you know your audience well, nothing is a challenge. I mean, it's a part of working. So what people call challenges, I call them opportunities. So honestly, if you ask me, I've not had a roller coaster kind of a life. It's been a steady up with God's grace, and yeah, so situations come and go, and you're supposed to kind of be an eagle that knows how to fly above the storm and sail through. So that's how it has been in my case. So my story is not from rags to riches.
But there must be some kind of downfall because nothing is consistent, right? How you try to maintain that consistency in your life with these thoughts, like you need to be an eagle, how you try to maintain it?
Uh, Honestly, you got to uh, evolve in your work, in your place. So the world shrinks as you grow up. You understand world better. And even today, so many years of working, 30, 31 years of working, I feel I'm evoluting every day. So it's like when you become a leader, you have to understand that what is leadership. People generally define it very differently. For me, it would be an ability to make people an inch taller than me in my presence. If I'm able to make people feel empowered, make them feel confident, make them feel, one notch higher than me, I think I'm a good leader. So that's how I have managed my work till now. And I feel people around me say they're very comfortable around me. So that makes me feel that, I've done justice to the work. And then you find challenges just coming to your feet and just getting washed away. So it doesn't matter. There are no challenges really.
Really a nice answer. I can see a career matchmakers just behind you, below the Speakwel. So just enlighten us on the same, please.
So I forgot to mention, I'm a certified career counselor as well. So when it comes to, career counseling, I make students go through a psychometric test followed by some one-to-one sessions, group sessions. So I've been doing it for a couple of years now. So this career matchmakers was for that vertical of my business.
So this is still going on, right?
Yes,
And
very
for
much.
and for which category of student this is?
So it's generally for school students, 9th, 10th, 11th, and 12th.
Okay, nice.
So though I want to diversify, under Speakwell banner, we do a lot of career progression training as well. So when we say career matchmakers is for students, Speakwell is for senior people. So I have a number of people who are working in job and they're stuck. They're not happy with what they're doing. So they come to us for sessions and we help them in career progression, switching, creating that right mindset. So that we do in Speakwell. For school students, it is career matchmakers. For working professionals, it is Speakwell.
Got it now. So Speakwel is like for the one who are in the industries, and the career matchmaker is for those who are trying to get into the industry.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Now let's come to your foundation or NGO, I can say, ARTH, right? ARTH. So what was the
Yeah.
motive behind it? And I mean, just a story like why you founded this and what was the main reason or main aim behind it.
All right. So, Utkarsh, if I go back to my school days, I belonged to a school which was run by Irish nuns. And they had this uh, a concept called league, wherein after school we used to teach students who used to live close by. So students or children who never went to school, it was open for both. Anybody and everybody who wished to study, the school doors were open for them. I was heading that club, so to say. We used to call it the League Club, and the students from nearby places used to come, and we school students used to teach. So if I go back, I think the seeds were sown then, and then I realized that I enjoyed doing it. It was very, very satisfying to see that along with whatever I was doing, giving back, enriching the roots was something that excited me and made me very, very satisfied, very, very fulfilled actually. So then when I became kind of financially comfortable and I felt that, I can spare, because running an NGO is not something you can just do by asking people for money. So for 10 years, I ran this NGO with my own money. So what we did was we adopted 33 children and we started with girl children. My mom and I were instrumental in it because time was a little crunch for me, and luckily she wanted to devote time, so that marriage went very well. So it was my effort and it was mom's time that made this earth come into existence. So there are these bastis, these colonies which are nearby. I mean, I should not say colonies, these are shanties. And we used to see these children running on the road and very shabbily dressed. We picked them up, we groomed them, and then this whole thing started off of teaching them. So it is not just education we are providing. So we kind of adopted these 33 girls and we teach them. The schooling is on us. Their life skills are with us. So a lot of sessions on good touch, bad touch, on hygiene, cleanliness, sessions with their parents on how they should bring up their children, uh, de-addiction for their fathers, health of the mothers. We'll be doing a lot of work in this foundation, and it has been funded uh, by a family only. Of late, Goldie Masale, you would have seen this company and it's making a mark, and it is Kanpur grown. So Deepji has been instrumental in funding our first project, which we've just initiated for construction laborers' children. So again, this was a gap that we found. We're getting our a property made, and what I realized was that these construction laborers' children have no school to go. They're migratory. So wherever the project is, they're going to go there. So they're never stationed at a place, which discourage them to admit their children in schools. So they naturally, parents tag their children wherever they go. And what we realized was that these children in turn were left uneducated. So we've started this campaign wherein at the construction site, we're creating a classroom, and we're teaching these children at the construction site. So they don't have to go anywhere. At least they're able to learn Hindi and mathematics. So that's my first priority. Once they're good with maths and Hindi, then English comes. At least we'll be able to get them educated. At least they can write ka, ma, la, kamla.
That's really great. I think you are doing such a kind job, and you know the pain points like how to educate people and what are the difficulties because of which they're not getting educated. Like the point you just mentioned, the constructions children who are there
Yes.
need to migrate from places to places. So you are trying to teach
Absolutely.
them.
And I'll be very glad to share, just day before yesterday, these laborers are from Bilaspur. You would have heard this place, and Bilaspuri laborers are very, very hardworking. They're very strong women and men. So we took this city administration initiative of Kanpur Darshan, wherein there's free bus. They're taken on a tour of Kanpur. So all these construction laborers with their children, we took them on a Kanpur tour. Believe me, a lot of new experiences for them. Sitting in an AC bus was the first experience for them. They never sat in an AC bus, and they'd never seen places. They'd never gone on picnic. So that tour was something which was absolutely memorable for them. Before that, we did a health checkup for these people. So I made all the laborers go through an extensive health checkup. So under this foundation, there is a lot of work we're doing, and everything gives so much joy that I can't express in words.
I totally agree with you on this point. Like the tour point that you have mentioned, I think when someone sees some good thing like a life better than theirs, then only they try to thrive to have a better life for themselves in order to achieve that, right? So I think that's a very good point that you guys are trying to cover by showing them the city in a good, luxurious way so that they can thrive for a better life for themselves or their parents as well. I think that's a really
Yes.
good way to promote education as well as to work hard for themselves.
Absolutely. So along with this, there is another initiative. So this is, of course, we're doing it. There's this company, Rack and Skills. So we'll be registering it under startup, and we are into skilling business. Again, free for people. This is again government aided. We're big time into skill development, and we've taken verticals like healthcare, wherein we are preparing students from rural areas into GDA, general duty assistants, which if you go to a hospital, you find these ward boys and all. So we're preparing them, we're training them and certifying them with the government for this course. Then the other course we've gone in for CNC machines. If you're aware, you're an engineer. I don't know what is your branch, but then you would know what a CNC machine is, a computerized form of a lathe machine. We training a workforce for industry. Then we have a futuristic course, which is drone. So we are helping students assemble drone, and basic flying course is what we are doing, and we're into computer hardware. So these are four skilling courses that we are imparting to students, absolutely free of cost.
These are really great initiative, I think, you have just taken. We hope for the best for you. So last but not
Thank
the least question I would like to ask you is how you manage your time. Like you have mentioned a lot of things that you are doing on your day-to-day basis. So what's the secret behind it?
you. All right, so how do I manage time? I'm very disciplined. So I have my very, very fixed hours of going off to sleep and waking up. And I feel when you bind yourself in discipline, there is, contrary to what people think it is binding, I think it is very freeing, because you know exactly from what time to what time you're supposed to do what. So your mind doesn't have to juggle. I'm very clear of my day and I know how my day is going to pan out. So if you're very disciplined and you know your priorities, you use your mobile very, very judiciously. You know to put your alerts, and if you're passionate about, you're hardworking, everything works out for you. So time falls in its place when you're disciplined, I feel. Be
I,
sincere.
I think this is the best point on which we can end this interview. Time is best of all when you are disciplined. Right. So thank you so much, Dr. Shefali, for your insight. It was really an amazing experience speaking with you. And keep doing the
Thank
good
you
work.
so
We
much.
hope for the best for you. Thanks a lot.
Thank, thank you so much. It was wonderful meeting you, and all the best for your initiative.